Hello. I didn't have any headphones. I'm totally unprepared for this. I hope y'all can hear this. Um Maybe I'll do a test. Hold on. Tune in to myself. Let's see what happens. Where am I? Do 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 do. Hey, that's me. All right. Hey guys. So yeah, Biden won. All this nonsense is behind us in terms of the voting at least. And now we have to wait 2 months or so until fucking this psychopath leaves town. Anyway, hopefully everything will turn out well. But for now, at least, I'm going to finish this fucking book. There's 10 more chapters. Here we go. Maybe I'll do them all in one big thrust. Chapter 24. He could not decide whether Emil Staubmeyer and through him Shad Ledoux knew that he had tried to escape. Did Staubmeyer really look more knowing, or did he just imagine it? What the deuce had Emil meant when he said, "I hear the roads aren't so good up north. Not so good." Whether they knew or not, it was grinding that he should have to shiver lest an illiterate roustabout like Shad Ledoux find out that he desired to go to Canada, while a ruler slapper like Staubmeyer, squeers with certificates in pedagogy, should now be able to cuff grown men instead of urchins and should be editor of the Informer. Doremus's informer. Staubmeyer. That human blackboard. Daily, Doremus found it more cramping, more instantly stirring to fury, to write anything mentioning Windrip. His private office, the cheerfully rattling linotype room, the shouting press room with its smell of ink that to him hitherto had been like the smell of grease paint to an actor. They were hateful now and choking. Not even Lorinda's faith, not even Sissy's jibes and Buck's stories could rouse him to hope. He rejoiced the more, therefore, when his son Philip telephoned him from Worcester. "Be home Sunday? Marilla's in New York, adding, and I'm all alone here. Thought I'd just drive up for the day and see how things are in your neck of the woods." "Come on, splendid. So long since we've seen you. I'll have your mother start a pot of beans right away." Doremus was happy. Not for some time did his cursed two-way mindedness come to weaken his joy, as he wondered whether it wasn't just a myth held over from boyhood that Philip really cared so much for Emma's beans and brown bread, and wondered just why it was that up-to-date Americans like Philip always used the long-distance telephone rather than undergo the dreadful toil of dictating a letter a day or two earlier. It didn't really seem so efficient, the old-fashioned village editor reflected, to spend 75 cents on a telephone call in order to save 5 cents worth of time. "Oh, hush. Anyway, I'll be delighted to see the boy. I'll bet there isn't a smarter young lawyer in Worcester. There's one member of the family that's a real success." What the hell is happening? I remind you, His son-in-law was just murdered. What is all this fucking jibber jabber? I I have to assume there's a point to all this. Okay. He was a little shocked when Philip came like a one man procession into the living room late on Saturday afternoon. He had been forgetting how bald this upstanding young advocate was growing, even at 34. And it seemed to him that Philip was a little heavy and senatorial in speech, and a bit too cordial. By Jove, Dad, you don't know how good it is to be back in the old digs. Mother and the girl upstairs? Mother and the girls upstairs? By Jove, sir, that was a horrible business, the killing of poor Fowler. Horrible. I was simply horrified. There must have been a mistake somewhere because Judge Swan has a wonderful reputation for scrupulousness. There was no mistake. Swan is a fiend. Literally. Doremus sounded less paternal than when he had first bounded up to shake hands with the beloved prodigal. Really? We must talk it over. I'll see if there can't be a stricter investigation. Swan? Really? We'll certainly go into the whole business. But first, I must just skip upstairs and give Mammy a good smack, and Mary and little sis. And that was the last time that Philip mentioned Effingham Swan or any stricter investigation of the acts thereof. All afternoon, he was relentlessly filial and fraternal, and he smiled like an automobile salesman when Sissy griped at him, "What's the idea of all the tender hand dusting, Philco?" Doremus and he were not alone till nearly midnight. They sat upstairs in the sacred study. Philip lighted one of Doremus's excellent cigars as though he were a cinema actor playing the role of a man lighting an excellent cigar, and breathed amiably, "Well, sir, this is an excellent cigar. It certainly is excellent." "Why not?" "Oh, I just mean, I was just appreciating it." "What is it, Phil? There's something on your mind. Shoot. Not rowing with Marilla, are you?" "Certainly not. Most certainly not. Oh, I don't approve of everything Mary does. She's a little extravagant. But she's got a heart of gold, and let me tell you, Potter, there isn't a young society woman in Worcester that makes a nicer impression on everybody, especially at nice dinner parties." "Well, then, let's have it, Phil. Something serious?" "Yes, I'm afraid there is. Look, Dad. Oh, do sit down and be comfortable. I've been awfully perturbed to hear that you're in slightly bad odor with some of the authorities." "You mean the corpos?" "Naturally. Who else?" "Maybe I don't recognize them as authorities." "Oh, listen, Potter. Please don't joke tonight. I'm serious. As a matter of fact, I hear you're more than just slightly in wrong with them." "And who may your informant be?" "Oh, just letters. Old school friends. Now, you aren't really pro corpo, are you?" "How did you ever guess?" "Well, I didn't vote for Windrip personally, but I begin to see where I was wrong. I can see now that he has not only great personal magnetism, but real constructive power, Real sure enough. Okay, I can't handle it. I'm sorry. I thought I could do this. Sinclair Lewis is fucking with me. He's just fucking with me as a human being right now. I'm over here. I haven't had weed in like 2 days. I was gonna go get some, but I was like, well, I kept putting it off. I kept watching the TV show. I'm like playing cards. I'm like doing the thing. And then I got a bug up my ass to do this thing. And I'm like, yay, it'll be celebratory, right? But it's like, yo, it's hard not to feel this book like it's so heavy. I'm wondering if I should just read it all myself so I could work through these feelings and then come back to it and read to y'all. Because man, it really does feel like anytime they're not specifically discussing what's fucked up about what's happening, I'm mad at it. So I think I think I'm just gonna shut it down. I'll restart this one tomorrow or something. Check in later. Come back soon. All right. Go Biden Harris. I mean, I guess we're gonna have a vice president who's a woman, which is cool. That's never happened before. And then a few weeks later, we'll have a woman president. So that'll be fun. Unless, of course, Donald J. Trump doesn't try to void the election and burn down the Congress and, do all of this shit. Whether he does or he doesn't, we'll find out soon. Love you guys.